Okay, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Last session we're done with the OOPS basics. Okay. Today we'll start with that is the OOP part two. Here we'll discuss how the OOPS principles. We'll discuss about the OOPS principles. Okay. What are the OOPS principles? We have encapsulation and I would say encapsulation, and then second thing is I would say inheritance, and third one polymorphism. Okay. Fourth one is abstraction. These are the OOPS principles, right? So encapsulation meaning, it is the process of combining variables and methods. Combining variables and methods as a single entity. Variables and methods as a single entity. Methods as a single entity. Single entity is called encapsulation. Encapsulation, right? We can achieve the encapsulation by using the classes. By using the classes. Okay, fine. In the same way, we have the inheritance. Inheritance, it is the process of inheritance. This is the process of extending the properties from parent to child. Extending the properties from parent to child. Parent to child. Parent to child. Right? Okay. So here at the time of inheritance, we'll discuss with respect to variables, with respect to methods, with respect to constructors. Okay, all the respects we can see in depth. Okay, there itself we'll be having the types of inheritance as well: single level, multi-level, hierarchical, hybrid, and multiple inheritance. Okay, after that, I'm giving overview of the principles. In the polymorphism, basically, it is the process of if one object exhibits multiple behaviors, exhibits multiple behaviors, multiple behaviors based on the situation, based on the situation is called is called polymorphism. Is called polymorphism. In the polymorphism, again it is divided into two types. One is the static polymorphism. Second one is the dynamic polymorphism. Okay. Second thing is abstract. Fourth one is abstraction. Abstraction, which is used to provide the hide the unnecessary data and provide the useful information. Hide the unnecessary data. Hide unnecessary. Hide unnecessary data and provide useful information. Provide useful information. Provide useful information. Okay, this is called abstraction, right? Okay, today we'll discuss about the encapsulation. What does it mean by encapsulation? Right, we'll discuss about the encapsulation. Okay, okay, fine. So the first thing is the main purpose of this encapsulation is to hide the data. To hide the data. Okay, to hide the data. Okay, the definition is it is the process of combining the variables and methods as a single entity. As a single entity is called encapsulation. Okay, the fourth one is we can achieve the encapsulation. We can achieve the encapsulation by using the classes. Encapsulation by using classes. By using classes. This is clear. As of now, is clear. Okay, so here I'm taking some normal class and then so obviously class is declared with variables and methods. Public access to spare class keyword. I'm taking bank account. I'm taking bank account is the class name. Okay. From here to here, this is the scope of the bank account, right? I'm taking some properties. The properties, whenever you are declaring the properties, access to sphere also, like we are writing the access to sphere, right? So here I'm writing the public, and then the first thing is bank account number. So I will take the long, and then here I will mention bank account, bank account. Okay, okay, fine. So in the similarly, I will take bank, I would say holder name string. And then if I not mention any access pair, then what does it mean by, what does it mean? By it will provide default access specifier. Okay, here I am mentioning public string and then account holder name, account holder name. Okay, account holder name. Okay, and third one is public balance. For balance showing, I will take the double. Okay, I will take the double. So if you observe here, if I mention the public, then what will happen here? I will take some account number here. Like this is the account number, and this is the bank account, and here I'm taking some account holder name, account holder name. Okay, here I am taking some balance is 5,000 rupees. If you see now these three, this is the class name. This class name is having three properties. Okay, account num, bank account, account holder name, and balance. Okay, and I'm mentioning access specifier as the public. If I mention the access specifier as the public, then outside person also able to access. If the outside person access, there is no issue. When the issue will come, when the third party person will manipulate our data. Okay, when the third person will manipulate our data, then you will get the issues, right? You will get the issues. Okay, so what I am saying here it is, so that's why we in the Java we are following the OOPS principle, right? Whenever you are declaring with public, then there is no security. Meaning outside people also can access, and then outside people also can manipulate our data. So this is the not good way. When you are mentioning as the public, then we are following the OOPS, according to the OOPS guidelines. We need to provide the security. How will you provide the security? So we will mention the private. Okay, if you mention the private, we have the one advantage and one we have the one disadvantage. Okay, so when I declared as a private, we have one advantage. What is the advantage? Security. Okay, it will provide the security. It will provide security. This is clear. Okay, it provides security. This is clear. Next thing is disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? If I mention as a private, we cannot reuse anywhere. We cannot we cannot reuse anywhere. We cannot reuse our code anywhere. Why? Because private is the local access. We can access within the file only. We can access within the file only. We cannot reuse anywhere. We cannot reuse anywhere. So how to overcome this drawback? This is the disadvantage, right? So we cannot reuse anywhere. Why? Because whenever you are mentioning declared the variables as a private, those private variables you can access locally only. Okay, within the class only you can access. Then how will you access the out of the class? How will you access the out of the class? If I want to use these properties, these variables out of my class, how can I? Huh? That's why JDK people has introduced getters and setters methods, getters and setter methods. Okay, they has introduced getters and setter methods, getters and setter methods. With the help of these getters and setter methods, to overcome this method, we can overcome this disadvantage. Meaning, we can reuse these private variables anywhere out of the class. Also, we can reuse with the help of getters and setters methods. With the help of getters and setters methods. Okay. So I will show you the syntax. Like I will write the syntax. How the syntax should be. I will take one example and then. Uh, So here the always instance variables recommended to declare with private only. Always you can recommend it with private only. Okay. So now what I am doing is I am removing this instance variables. Okay. So simply, okay, I will show you how the setter methods we will write. I will use some MS Paint. MS Paint. Can copy this class bank account details. Okay, so I will take MS Paint. Simply I am taking MS Paint. MS Paint. This is the MS Paint, right? So here I am taking the same class here. The same code I am copying here, right? So for every instance variable, okay, it is having one setter method and one getter method. One setter method and one getter method. Okay, so I will write here and then I will show you how the syntax it will be for the syntax for I'm taking so size is something 16. Okay, so first one we have the setter method. I will take some 18. Okay, the size is setter method. Is it visible for everyone? Setter method. Setter method which is used to it is used to set the value for the variable. It is used to set the set the value for the variable, right? Okay, and next where we have the getter method. It is used to get the value of the variable. Get the value of the variable. Are you guys clear with my point? Okay, so every if you want to achieve one variable, so every variable will maintain two methods. One is the setter method, second one is the getter method. Okay, syntax. What is the syntax for the setter methods? Okay, normally when you are writing the declaring the setter, you need to follow some standards, right? First one is the return type, next one is the method name, third one is the parameters. Okay, so first one is the return type. Before the return type, we will mention with the access specifier. So if I mention the private access specifier, then there is there any use? Already the variables are in private, right? So if you are the method also you can declare with the private, then these methods also cannot access out of the class. So there is no use. There is no use, right? If you declared as a private as the setter method also, there is no use. So that's why you should you should mention public only. You should mention public only. So the variable should be in the private, the method should be in the public. So at the time only you can able to access out of the class also. You can able to access out of the class also. Okay. So access specifier is fine. And next we will discuss the return type. So if you see the definition of this one, it is used to setting the value. Okay, it is used to setting the value, meaning the method is no return. So the method main purpose is only setting the value. The method don't want to return anything. At the time you can mention with void. Okay, and then third return type is also done, and third one is the method name. So if you observe here, whenever you are writing the setter method name, so set is the keyword. Okay, this is the keyword which is available in the Java reservoirs, right? Okay, set is the keyword. The same keyword I am using here also. Why? Because the same the keywords anywhere you should use the same similar type only. Okay, here also I am using the same. But at the time of giving the naming convention, we need to follow the camel case. If you observe here, bank account, right? This is the bank account. Here the bank is having the first character is having the lower case, but at the time of writing the setter method, you should follow camel case. Should follow camel case, meaning we should be the uppercase bank. bank, I would say bank, and then second row A should be the this is the thing how to remember in case of setter method. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point or not? Normally, how will you write the set method naming conventions? If the method is having the multiple words, first word should be the small cases. Second word onwards, first character should be in the uppercase. So here I am following the same syntax or not? I am following the same syntax. Okay, here I am setting the value, and then here I am passing the parameter as this is the bank account number, right? So that's why I'm mentioning long, and then I am mentioning some bank account. I am passing as a parameter same also, and then I am using the with the help of this keyword, this dot bank account equal to bank account. Okay, I'm setting the value. I'm setting the value. Okay, every object will maintain copy of the instance variables, right? So with the help of these methods, I am setting the values. I'm setting the values. Okay, fine. So how can I get the value? How can I get the value? By using the getter method. What is the purpose of the getter method? Is which is used to get the value of the variable. Okay. So syntax. Normally, access specifier. If I mention access specifier, okay, access specifier is public, and the next step, the method want to return. Here we are getting the value, right? So here this is having the data type is long. So we need to mention the long, and then get is the keyword. Set and get is the keywords which are available in the result box. Okay, get is the keyword. This is the keyword. Okay, and then after the get, we need to follow the camel case. So how whatever the here might be like variable, how the structure should be there itself. We need to follow the camel case in case of getter and setter methods. Okay, here also can give the bank account, bank, okay, bank account, and then scope of the method. Okay, and then this is the thing, right? Here we need to remember if the method has the return type, then it has to return this dot bank account, this dot bank account. This is clear, guys. This is clear. Like so, that's why in the methods concept we had discussed with the four combinations. So which combination is this one? So everywhere the four combination is the very important. So among those four combination, which combination is this one? With the return type without parameters. Okay, with the return type, and this which this one is which I would say category. Which combination? Without return type and with the parameters. With the parameters. Okay. Okay. The same thing I will write. Take one example, normal notepad, and then I will show you. So based on that, we will use the ID, and then there also we'll see. Okay. So simply what I'm doing, I'm taking the demo, and here I'm taking one demo.java, right? Here I'm taking like simply for understanding purpose, I will take one variable. Okay. So in the ID we'll write multiple values. So here for understanding purpose we'll take, for example, I'm taking the string name, and here I am mentioning as the public, uh, private. Okay, always recommended to write instance variables you can declare it as the private only. Okay, now here we have the one advantage, we have the one disadvantage. Disadvantage is we cannot reuse it anywhere. So how to overcome that issue? By using the setters and getters method. By using the getters and setters method. Okay, so setter method, this is for set the value for the variable, for the variable. Okay. Okay, now how the syntax should be? If I mention the private, there is no use. Why? Because this is already private, and if you are mentioning this method name also private, then we cannot achieve code reusability. We cannot achieve code reusability. Okay, we cannot reuse anywhere. So that's where method should be always public only. Public. Next thing is return type. Void. We are setting the value, right? That's why we will mention the void, and then set is the keyword, and then you need to follow the camel case. So capital and name. That's it. This is the method. And then I would say this is the scope of the method. Okay. Now setting the value, we will take the input into name. This is the string, right? String name, and then here this dot name equal to name. Okay. Similarly for getter method also. For getter method also. In case of getter method, so the first thing is getter method get the value get the value of the variable. Okay, get the value of the variable, and then what is the syntax for the getter method? Public, I would say return type. So it is having the return type as the string, right? So we can mention with the string, and then next get is the keyword, and we have to follow the camel case, get name. Okay, from here to here, this is the this one, and scope of the getter method, and here you can return with return this dot name. Got it, right? Okay, these two are which methods? These two are instance methods or any other method? These two are the instance method. So the JVM by default it won't execute the custom methods. Okay, so how will you need to tell to the JVM, you need to tell to the JVM, right? You need to tell to the JVM. Okay, so how will you tell? Can you take the public static void main? Okay, string args. Okay, from here to here, this is the scope of the method, and then these two are the instance method. How will you tell the instance method? Okay, by creating the, so now my our class is demo, right? We need to create the object demo, new demo. Okay, and then the object got created in the inside the heap memory. That directly this object cannot reuse anywhere. That's why I'm storing this object in the reference variable name, and this reference variable data type is the demo. Okay, these two are the instance variables. So first we need to set the value. So for setting the value purpose, I'm calling the setter method. Okay, set name. I am calling the setter method, and I am giving the name. I am giving the name here. I would like to give some name. Okay, and the string close and then done. Okay, so I am setting the value. Now I am getting the value. Get name. Okay, get name. So if I want to get the name, we need to mention this one inside the getter method. Okay, I'm calling this one, and then I will take the system dot out dot println. System dot out dot println. Okay, so the same thing I am copying here, and then I'm saving this one. This is clear, guys. As of now, is clear. Guys, as of now, is clear. Okay, so where the file is available, you can simply go there. Okay, so I'm copying this one, and then you can use the command which is basically java c, and then demo dot java, right? Java c, I would say demo dot java. This is clear. We are did the mistake which is we missed the semicolon, right? So simply you can come here and you can put the semicolon, and then simply go there, and then you can click the up arrow. demo.java, and then the file has successfully compiled, and then we need to execute the file java demo. So we are getting the result as output, right? So before going to use the IDE, you guys, you should practice on the notepad. Whenever you practice on the notepad, so you can find out the chart out the errors. Okay, you can chart out the errors. So this is the recommended, I would say. Before IDs is the shortcut. Before practice with IDs, you can do the programs with notepad. Okay, the same program I can do in the IDs as well. So I will open. So basically in the IDs, there they will provide some shortcut. With the help of shortcuts, you can easily write the encapsulation program. Okay, so simply I will show you here. I'm using the Eclipse, and then there itself I will show you how the encapsulation we can write by using the ID. Okay, now this is right. Um, Demo is the project SRC, and then methods tested on your. I'm deleting this one. Okay, I'm taking the shortcut is Control N. Here I'm taking the packages. Okay, I'm taking the package groups, and then here I'm taking as the class name. I am taking bank account. Okay, the class, I'm taking the class as bank account. Here I'm taking three properties. One is private. Okay, first one is the private long bank account number. Bank account number. Okay, equal to, you can declare next private string holder name, account holder name, account holder. Okay, next third one private balance you can declare with the double, right? Double balance. Okay, okay, this is fine. So this is fine. So you can write the manually, or you can use IDs always will provide the shortcut, rights. So now what you will do, simply right click, and where you will get the source option, and then where we have the option is generate setters and getters. Why? Because these setters and getters methods are already predefined methods, right? So the JDK people have introduced these methods, right? So that's why in the IDs also we have the option that is generate getters and setters. If I click on it, and then it will ask for the like which variable you want to create generate the setters and getters. In my case, I am selecting two. So every variable, if I select this one, it will generate one setter method, one getter method. It will generate one setter, one getter. It will generate one setter, one getter. For these three variables, I can get total six methods. Two methods is belonging to account holder, two methods is belong to the balance account number, and two methods are belonging to bank account number. Okay, and generate. Click on the generate. Directly you will get the all the methods. All the methods. So instead of writing, ID will provide the shortcut. Instead of generating, ID will provide the shortcut. Okay. This is clear, guys. Now this is one file, right? I will take one more file, that is the tester. I will take the one more file, Control M. The file name is I am taking here, it is the tester. test, and then I am click on taking on the main method. Okay, so this is the main method. Now I can access out of the class or not. So for example, if I want to access out of the class, so here I'm creating the object. So here you can take the main method, and inside the main method you can create the object new bank account. Okay, done. The object got created, and then we need to store this object in some reference variable bank account, and then this data type is, I would say, bank account. Okay, so those two are the instance variables, right? ba dot we need to set the value, set account holder. I am giving, this is the string, this is the second thing. ba dot can look for the set account number. Okay, I'm looking on the account number. Here I will give the some account number. This is the some account number I have given. Okay, next thing here it is, I need to print for printing purpose, get account long. Okay, and then if you want to print this one, you can mention inside the sysout statement. Sysout statement. So if I pass the same here, then you can get the result. So if I simply can do, you can go here and you can run this one. You are getting the values. We are getting the values. We are getting the values. So see, if I mention here the private, now you guys see the result. If I mention the private, and then here also if I mention the private, and then if I save this one, and if I go here, if you see, if I scroll on that one, if you see, change the visibility of set bank number to, now change the visibility of set bank account number to the package. Meaning you cannot access this class if you mention the methods as the private, cannot access out of the class. So that's where always you can mention with the public. Public meanings you can access out of the class, you can access out of the classes. Okay. Are you guys clear with my point? So which is similar to like whatever the process we have followed as of now, the same process for remaining variables as well. The same process for remaining variables. So this is clear, encapsulation is clear. Anyone has any queries about this encapsulation? Clear? So shall we go for next topic? Huh? So this is all about encapsulation. So next topic we'll discuss about the inheritance. Okay. So to overcome this disadvantage, we are using the and encapsulation. Okay. So next topic is inheritance. Okay, inheritance. The main purpose of inheritance is the definition of it is the process of it is the process of extending the extending extending the properties from extending the properties from extending the properties from one class to another class, one class to another class is called an encapsulation. Okay, we can I would say here the main purpose of inheritance is code reusability. The main purpose of encapsulation inheritance is code reusability. Code reusability. Okay. 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 Fine. For example, here we have the one class that is you can take as the demo, and then if I take the another class is, so first we'll try with respect to variables. Inheritance with respect to variables. Inheritance with respect to variables. Okay, inheritance with respect to variables. Okay, now if you see here, the demo is the class. It is having the properties is like string name, and then next one is the int id. Int id. Okay, fine. Here I will take one more on another class, that is public class. The class name is the test. Okay, and from here to here, this is the scope of the test class. And now you guys observe what I'm doing here. It is I'm taking, if I take the same variable, should I take like this string name and then int id? Should I take the same variables? If I take the same variables, are you guys clear with my point? Demo is having the properties are string name and int id. And again, I am taking one more class, that is the test class. Here I am taking the same properties, and here also I am taking the same properties. If I take the same properties, then that code is called duplicate code, or you can say redundant code, or you can say boilerplate code. Boilerplate code. Why? Because this is duplicate code. Why? Because these two properties already existing in one class. If you are writing the same lines of code, then what might be the issue? So we need to give the some memory for those two lines. Okay, and then if you write like this, that is the duplicate code. Duplicate code according to the OOPS principles. You are not following the OOPS guidelines. You are completely violating the OOPS principles. Okay, OOPS principles. So the main purpose of inheritance is code reusability. So how you will use the code reuse? So these properties, if you declare these properties in one class, the same properties you can reuse multiple classes. That is our main inheritance agenda. Okay, if I write like this is not at all recommended. Why? Because these two properties already, demo class is having already two properties. If you are writing the same two properties inside the test class, that that code is called duplicate code, redundant code, or boilerplate code. So this way is not at all recommended. This way is not at all recommended. Okay. So how can I reuse these two properties only multiple places? How can I reuse? So that's where the inheritance we will use. The keyword is extends keyword. I will show you here simply. So I will take the new file, new, and then don't save, and then here I would like to take image properties. Okay, here I would like to take some extra number. Okay, now here I would like to take one class is here, one class is here. Okay, and this class structure should be, I'm copying this code. I will copy this code. Okay, and then I am coming here, and then simply I am pasting here itself. Okay, I'm simply pasting here. Okay, this is the one class. The class name is the demo, and then the class name is the demo. This is clear. Okay, now you guys observe. I'm taking one more class. I'm taking one more class. So which is the class which is available here itself, and then the second class code I am copying from there here. Copying the same class here. Okay, and then I'm taking this one. I am mentioning with the 20. then I am passing here, and then I am passing here. Okay, this is clear. This is visible, guys. Public class test, and if I'm right like this is the duplicate code. So how can I overcome this problem? So if you declare any properties in one class, that is enough. You can reuse the same code in multiple places. How will you use? So that's why they has introduced the relation which is, we can make the relation, we can establish the relation between two classes by using extends keyword. By using extends keyword, we can make the relation between two classes by using extends keyword. By using extends keyword, we can make the relation between two classes. Okay, now if I come here and then this is the two classes, and now here what I'm doing, instead of writing the same lines in the inside the text class, here I will use the extends keyword, and then I will mention the demo. So then what will happen when I am using the extends, then now this test class is internally, it is having the properties of string name and string id. String id. So this is the recommended way. This is the recommended way. Are you guys clear with my point? This is the recommended way. Now test class which is having internally the internally the property is this one. And here you can take, if you take any property, for example public double sub balance. I will make, if I mention some balance. Now this test class now which is having total three properties. Two properties, implicitly it is having two properties, explicitly it is having the this property. Explicitly this is having the this property. Are you guys clear with my point? This is clear, or anyone has any confusion? This is clear. So we are establishing the relation between two classes by using the extends keyword. By using the extend keyword. Okay. So now simply I am coming here, and then here I will create the two classes basically. Mm, I will create the package. Okay. The package name is, I am mentioning with inheritance, and then here you can create the class. The class name is, you can mention the class name is, in my case I am mentioning some student. Okay. And here I am taking the two properties. The two properties is, the two properties is string name, and then next thing is int id. Okay, here once again I am taking one more property, that is the some Raju. I am taking the class name as the Raju. Okay, and if I use the same properties here, if I use the string name, and then next one is the int id, then what does it mean? This is the duplicate code. This is the duplicate code, or redundant code, or we can say boilerplate code. Boilerplate code. Why? Because these two properties already you have declared in one file, right? Then why you are again writing the same variables in all the classes? If you are writing like this, then what will happen? Our memory will be wasted. So this is the not at all recommended. This way is not at all recommended. So that's why we need to make the relation between two classes. How will you make the relation between two classes? We will use the extends keywords. Extends, and then the student. We can mention the class name. Student. Okay. Then that's fine. Now this way is the recommended. This way is the recommended. Now the Razu is having the two properties. One is string name. Second one is the int id. Okay, if I take here one more public, I would say double balance. Okay, if I mention like this, then Raju is having three variables. This one is the explicitly variable. This one is available in the explicitly. Okay, two are implicitly variables. Two are implicitly variables. Okay. Okay, fine. Now, if I want to access these variables, how can I access? First, we should take the main method. Okay, I'm taking the main method. These three are the instance variables, right? How can I access the instance variables? By using that, by using, by using, how can I call? How can I call the instance variables? Instance variables, how can I call? Object creator. So you can create the object for the current class like Raju. Always object you need to create the child class only. Why? Because we are inheriting the properties from parent to child. Okay. Always you should create the object to child class only. Okay. The object got created and then this one I am storing in some reference variable and this reference variable data type is Raju. Okay, this now I can directly call. I would say r dot name and then r dot. So those three are instance variables, right? R dot name. Okay, okay. So we will mention inside the sysout statement. I am taking the sysout statement. Where is main method? This is the main method, right? This is the main method. Okay. Sysout statement. I can take the sysout statement. Okay. Now r dot name. Okay. So this one you can copy this one. Yeah. If you not initialize any value, then it will provide default value. So both cases we will see. Okay, r dot name. Okay, I'm saving this one. And similarly, I will do remaining three as well. I'm copying this one and then I am pasting here. So here I'm changing r dot id and then r dot balance. R dot balance. Okay, so every object will maintain copy of the instance variable. If you not initialize any variable, by default it will provide default values. Okay, in this case also I'm not provide any values. Then if I run this one, then you can see the result. You can see the result. It is providing the default values. So I don't want default values. I want to initialize the object copy of the instance variables. How can I initialize? Simply r dot name equal to, here you should give the name, some name I am giving. Okay, fine. Similarly r dot id equal to some id I am giving, some id I am giving. R dot next one is balance. Okay, here I would like to do some balance. If I run this one, you will get the result. Okay, are you guys clear with my point? This is the with respect this program which is with respect to variables, with respect to variables. Okay, with respect to variables. Okay, so we can establish the relation between, we can establish the relation between two classes. We can establish relation between two classes, we will use extends keyword, extends keyword, right? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. If you are writing the same code in the multiple classes, then that code is the duplicate code. So this is with respect to variables. Are you guys clear with my point? And then the second scenario is inheritance with respect to methods. Inheritance with respect to methods. Inheritance with respect to methods. Are you guys clear with my point? Okay. So now, as of now, we done the discussion with respect to variables. Now we'll see with respect to methods. The same classes I'm taking. Public, the class name, and the class name is the demo. Okay. From here to here, this is the scope of demo class, and here I'm taking the class name is public class, and the class name is the test. Okay. From here to here, this is the scope of the test class. Got it right? So here I'm taking the some methods, that is void m1 method, and then here this is the scope of this one, right? Okay, and here I'm taking some dummy message, and then okay, if I take the same method here, if I take the same method, then there is no use, right? Then there is no use. Then there is no use. So are you guys clear with my point? If this method is same, doing the same operation, if this method also doing the same operation, then there is no use. Okay. So how will you, in case of methods, how will you make the establish the relation between parent class and child class? We will use the extends keyword. So the same thing, I am coming here, and then I am going to student class, and here I am taking the one method, that is I would say void m1 method. Okay. Okay, and then here you can take the scope of the m1 method. Here I am taking the statement is so statement, and here I mention student m1 method calling. Student m1 method calling. Okay, student m1 method calling. I'm saving this one. Simply can come here. Now you guys observe here. If I write the same method here, then if I write the same method here, then what does it mean? Ah, that is the duplicate code. That is the duplicate code or redundant code. So that's why what I'm taking. I'm taking M2. Now Raju method is having two methods. One is the M1 method. Second one is the M2 method. M1 method Raju class is having explicitly. M1 method Raju class is having implicitly. Implicitly here what I mentioned here it is Raju M2 method calling. Okay, and then main method. These two are the custom methods, or what? These two are the custom. So by JVM by default it won't execute the custom methods. You have to tell to the JVM. Okay, so simply I'm creating the Raju, new Raju, and then this one you can store in some reference variable r equal to some Raju. Okay, and then r dot m1. Similarly, r dot m2. Are you guys clear with my point? If I save this one and if I run this one, you will get the result. M1 method is calling, M2 method is calling, M1 method is calling, M2 method is calling. Okay, this is clear. Next thing here it is. So in case of methods, we'll be having one more topic, that is the methods execution flow. Methods execution flow. So method execution flow we'll discuss. So now with respect to constructors. With respect to constructors. Okay. Now you guys see observe the same class I'm coming here, and then here constructor also similar to method type, and then constructor don't have the any return type, and the constructor name and class name should be the same. Okay, I am making the student constructor. Okay, and then from here to here, this is the scope of constructor. Here I am passing some the basis. Here I am passing the main basis is student constructor calling. Okay, student constructor is calling. I'm saving this one. And simply I'm coming to here, and then here I would like to mention this one. Okay, and then here I'm making the relation. And now I'm creating the constructor that is the Raju. Okay, Raju, and this is the scope of Raju. And here I'm passing the so statement. I'm passing Raju constructor calling. Raju constructor, Raju constructor calling. Okay. Okay. So these two are the constructors, right? Whenever you create the object, the constructors call Raju, and then I'm saving this one, and then saving this one. Now, which constructor should be executed? Are you guys clear with my point? Here, the parent class is having the constructor, and the child class is also having the constructor, right? Then, which constructor should be executed the first? Which constructor should be executed the first? I'm running this one, and then I'm saving this one. Okay. Always the parent constructor should be the executor the first. In the interview perspective, they will ask two kind of questions. One is in the interview perspective, they will ask the two kind of questions. Okay. If the method, the parent have same methods, same methods, the parent and child have the if the parent and child have same methods, then which method should be executed? Then which method should be executed? Whenever we are invoking, whenever we are invoking, okay, whenever we are invoking, which method will be executed first? Which method will be executed? Which method will be executed? Are you guys clear with my point? So, for example, now you guys come here, and here I am taking the same, like same method name, like void m1 method, and from here to here this is the scope of this one, and here I am taking the source statement, and then here I will mention student student m1 method call, student m1 method call. Okay, student m1 method call. I'm saving this one, and the same method I am copying from here, and then I will come here, and then I will paste here, I will paste here. Okay, I'm saving this one, and then this is the custom method. We have to call the custom method Raju. Okay, and then t dot m1. So now you guys tell me the answer. Huh? Now if you see here, student is the parent, Raju is the child one. The both classes is having the same method. I'm passing some dummy messages. I'm calling the M1 method. Then at this time, which method gets executed? Huh? Parent class. Parent class. How many parent class? Next. Em Ramesh. చిన్న కుడికేస్తున్నావు. Huh? So in the this is the thing is, in case of methods, always child method should be executed first. But in case of constructors, parent constructor should be the executed first. So that is the difference you need to remember. If I run this one, if you see, If you see M1, Raju, we are creating the Raju, and then if I saving this one, Raju, and then Raju dot M1. Okay, here you can save this one, and then you can run this. Okay, if you see, are you guys clear with my point? Uh, at the time of methods, if the method signature is having the parent and child, whenever you are calling the method, always child implementation should be executed. Child implementation should be executed. Okay. In case of like constructors, always parent constructor should be the executed first. Okay. So as of now, you can remember like this. So at the time of polymorphism, we'll get the full clarity of this. Okay, polymorphism there we will be having overriding, right? At the time of overriding we will get the full clarity of this. Okay, as of now the methods execution flow, this is the methods execution flow. Okay, this is the methods execution flow. If the both classes are having the same method, the always it will executed child class method only. Always it will execute child class method only. Okay, in case of constructors, it will execute always parent class constructor. Parent class constructor. So this is all about with respect to constructors, with respect to methods, and with respect to methods execution flow as well. Methods execution flow as well. Are you guys clear with my point? As of now, anyone is having any queries in this area? So in the inheritance, we'll be having the types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. Types of inheritance. Okay. So basically, the types are single level, and then second one is multi-level, okay, and third one is hierarchical, okay. Single level meaning only one level. We can inherit the properties from parent to child. Are you guys clear with my point of where we have the multiple and where we have the hybrid? Okay, single level meaning we can inherit the properties from only one parent to child. For example, here I will take the two classes. Like one is the parent. I'm taking the class is the parent. I'm taking the class is parent. You can take the class as parent. I'm taking the class as parent. Okay, parent class. And here I'm taking the properties, that is any methods, void M1 method or anything, void M1 method, and here this is the scope of method, and here I'm passing the sysout statement, and here I'm passing dummy message, that is the parent M1 method calling, parent M1 method calling, okay, parent M1 method calling, okay, and then I'm saving this one. So similarly, I will create one more class, that is the child class. I'm creating one more class, that is the child class. Okay. Here I'm making the established relation between parent. So now it is having the relation between. Okay, if you inherit the properties from parent to child in one level, then that is called single level inheritance. So simply I am taking the main method. Okay, and inside the main method, always we should create the object with child class only. Child, and then this one we can store in some reference variable, and then child dot the method name, here it is M1 method. You can call the M1 method. Okay. This is the single level inheritance. Single level inheritance. Okay. So parent M1 method is called, right? Okay. Next one is the multi-level. Multi-level meaning this is the single level. So single level basically Class B extends class A. Class B extends class A. Okay. In case of multi-level, class C extends class B, class B, and class B extends class A, class A, right? So these multi-level, multi-level meaning like if you take the three generations, like a grandfather and then father and then son. In that case, whatever the properties the grandfather is having, those properties will move to the father, and those properties again will move to the son, right? Son. So in that case, you can go with multi-level. So I will show you here. So here I am taking the three classes. Those classes are one is the grandfather. Okay, the class name I am taking, the class name is the grandfather. Okay, and then here I am taking the property. So the property I am taking as the wide M1 property. Okay, so wide M1 property. So or like you can mention with the grandfather property. Any property you can mention. I am taking as the M1, and from here to here the scope of the method M1 method. Here I am taking the sys statement, and here I am passing some dummy message, that is grandfather M1 method calling. Grandfather. So the we need to mention in the double quotations. Grandfather M1 method calling. Grandfather M1 method calling, right? M1 M1. Okay. M1 method calling. Okay, I'm saving this one. And then again I am taking one more class, that is the parent class. Here I am taking the class that is the father class. I'm taking the class is the father. And then here I am taking the class is, so the parent grandfather is having the only the property is one method, right? So I'm extending, and here I'm mentioning grandfather. I'm mentioning grandfather. Okay, and then here now it is having the property is whatever the property which is having the grandfather. Here I am taking one more method, that is void M2, and then from here to here this is the scope of this one, and then here I will mention this is source statement. This is the father. So I am passing the message is this is the father M2 method calling. M2 method calling. Okay, I'm saving this one, and then again you can come to take one more class, that is the child class. You can take the son class. You can take the son class. Now the son is extends father. If the son is extend the father, already the father is holding the two properties. Now the total the son is having the three properties. Now only two. One property is coming. One property is having coming from the father. Second father is coming from the grandfather. Okay. Here I also am taking one more method, that is the void M3, void M3, and then here if I mention this one, uh, some dummy message I am passing here. The dummy message here is sun M3 method calling. Sun M3, sun M3 method calling. Got it? So I have taken three generations. Okay, three generations. I'm establishing the relation between the three generations. Okay, here you can take the main method, can create the main method, and always you should create the child object only. Should create object for the child only. New son, and then I would say you can take with, and then you can create son, and then you can call, you can access all the methods like M1 method you can access. Okay, in the same way M2 method you can access. The same way M2 method can access. So this is the example for multi-level inheritance. Okay, if I save this one and if I run this one, you will get the output. Okay, you will get the output. This is multi-level inheritance. Okay, third one is the hierarchical inheritance. We can inherit the properties, child classes, multiple child classes, inherit inherit properties from one parent only. Properties from one parent only. Are you guys clear with my point? Multiple child classes inherit the properties from one parent only. For example, you can assume the father is having the one daughter and one son. Okay, the father want to decide distribute these properties. Gold is the father want to give gold to the daughter, and some land properties they will want to give the son, right? So in that case, so how will you write the same scenario in the programmatically? Now I would say you can take two classes. So here I'm taking the first package. The package name is I'm taking the package. The package name I'm mentioning is hierarchical. Okay. So here you can take here you can take I'm taking the class. The class name here I am taking is the father. Okay, father. The father is having the methods is void gold, and then so here I'm mentioning the sys statement, and here I'm passing the message is uh, gold, uh, some gold message. Okay. Similarly, and the same father is having one more method also, that is void land or plots. Okay, plots. Okay, and here I will mention source statement, and here I will mention two plots in Bangalore, two plots. Okay, I'm saving this one, and then simply I can come here, and then I will create one class, son class. Second class is daughter class, and then we can extend the properties of father, and then she can able to access. So here I will take the main method, and then so she can access the gold property. So always you should create the object with the daughter. Now simply I am creating the new daughter, and then I will mention with this one. Okay, how can I access that one? By using daughter. I'm copying this one, then daughter dot gold. Can get the this is clear. Okay, similarly you can take the son class as well. Control M, and then select on the class, give the class name, and then here also you can extend the properties of the parent, father, and then always you should create the object to the child class only. For creating the child class, you can mention the main method. Okay, so new son, and then you can shortcut is control 1 plus enter. Okay, son dot plots. Plots. Okay, if I say this one. This is the hierarchical inheritance. Next one is the multiple inheritance meaning. Multiple one child class is having multiple parents. Multiple parents. Okay. If the one child class is having the multiple parents, then if you are trying to call the specific method, the method is available in the multiple parents, then which method it will execute. So the compiler also, the JVM also confused, right? So which is not possible with respect to classes due to ambiguity problem. Okay, due to ambiguity problem. Due to ambiguity meaning confusion. Compiler also confused. Which class implementation, which class method should I execute? Due to ambiguity problem. Due to ambiguity problem. So multiple inheritance, which is not possible by using the classes, which is not possible by using classes. Okay, this one also same. By using classes, we cannot achieve the hybrid inheritance. With the help of interfaces only, we can achieve the hybrid inheritance. Okay, okay. So this is all about the inheritance and types of inheritance. Okay. Now, as of now, what you guys will do? You guys do the assignments on two scenarios. One is one is encapsulation. Second one is inheritance. This is your task. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss polymorphism and abstraction. So abstraction also will take daily. There we have the abstract classes and interfaces. See. Okay. So this is all about. Okay, what you guys will do? You should do the programs on Notepad, IDE, Eclipse in two cases. One case with respect to Notepad. That is the one assignment. Second assignment is with respect to IDE. That is the second assignment. Third assignment is inheritance. In the inheritance, single level, multi-level, hierarchical. Total six assignments. Okay. Encapsulation with respect to Notepad. Encapsulation with respect to ID. Okay. Next, inheritance. Inheritance, uh, single level, multi-level, hierarchical. Total five. Okay. So, Alan, guys, please share your names. Stopping the live.